Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and today I have a deep dive for you on the fourth issue of Fractional Currency Notes. And before we get started, just want to let you know that, of course, you can like, share, subscribe, all those good things. And of course, we also have memberships. You can read more about those in the show notes, in the video notes, right? So this issue, after you go through the third issue, which has a bazillion different varieties, this issue, the fourth issue, becomes a lot more mundane. This issue was created from 1869 to 1875, and some of the varieties are not as exciting. So like these, they have different paper. That'll be the pink paper or white paper, which is what you'll see on this note here. And then you'll see the paper with the blue ends to it. So you can see the difference in the paper quality. We'll take a closer look so you can understand the pink paper versus the paper that has some, what they call the blue end or the fiber paper, right? See the difference in the paper there? What's also something to look out for on this particular issue is that, of course, you'll notice there are no 5-cent pieces. It actually starts with the 10-cent piece. So can we say inflation, anyone? So these guys here, they come with the seal in two totally different sizes, a 38 millimeter and a 40 millimeter. And really the thing to do is probably just measure. If you have just a Morgan or piece silver dollar, if you put it on top of the seal and the seal goes away, it's 38 millimeters. If you put it on top of the seal and you can see part of the seal sticking out, then it is 40 millimeters. And this issue is pretty interesting also because you've got this noticeable difference in the printing size. So if I line up the printing on these two notes here, if I just line up the printing at the edges, you'll see that this note ends 2 millimeters farther away than that one. So that not only are the seals different sizes, but the entire note is a little bit more compact, which I find pretty intriguing on those. These also come with watermarks on them. The watermark says US, 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 and it's very hard to see on some of the notes. So you have to get the note up under the paper, under the light just right, to see the US, US, US. It kind of pops up there. I'm about to drop my light on everything, so right. It's a little easier to see on the next note, so I'll show you it on the next note. Next up, the other thing that's interesting about the fourth issue is that you have, for the first time, this 15-cent denomination. The fourth issue out of the 5 different issues is the only one that has a 15-cent note. These also come with either the blue note or the pink note, just the regular pink paper, which is what these are. And these also come watermarked. The watermark, like I said, says USA, USA on it. And it's going to be hard to see without getting a little bit of backlighting here. So let me get some backlighting here so that you can see it's actually those white lines that are popping up that are interrupting. I got it. So the USA, USA is actually upside down here. So what you're looking at here is the U. That area right there, that's the U. So that is the lighting, that is the watermark. So the 15-cent note is cool. Some guys, if they collect paper money, they might only want this 15-cent note. They might just say, to heck with all the other stuff. That is a wild, wild note. All right, so next up, one of the other most popular notes. Actually, the fourth series is kind of fun because it has several notes that people like. It's got the 15-cent. It has this nice George Washington quarter. The first George Washington quarter, if you will, right? You paper money collectors, you had a Washington quarter before it was cool. These also come with the pink silk fibers or the blue front end, watermarked and unwatermarked, and not too many varieties. You only have 4 or 5 different varieties on this guy. These also come with the different size seals, the 40 millimeter and 38 millimeter. So after a kind of boring start to the fourth issue, now you get into the back end, and there's actually 3 different 50-cent notes. Now I only have 2 available to show you, which is a shame because the third one is also one of the most popular notes. It is the Lincoln note, right? So there's one that has Abraham Lincoln on it. So, and that comes really just in one main variety with with a 40 millimeter 40 millimeter seal on it. And then all of a sudden you've got these two different notes here with Stanton on them and Dexter. Now, Stanton, when I watched the movie Lincoln, because I collect currency, the second I saw Stanton, I knew who he was. I mean, if you watch the movie, the one Abraham Lincoln movie, you know, it's amazing the depiction of Stanton because it looks just like that guy, because it is that guy, right? Also, this issue, they really just have one main type. You see it's got the blue fibers at the right end, you know, and it looks like the notes are physically smaller because they are, and looks like they took the 15-cent note size and the quarter-cent note size and used those. And then, but this Dexter, you know, this one has this green seal to it, completely different size. So they made 3 different sizes. A lot of what happened during the fractional currency era, a lot of the changes that were made to stay ahead of counterfeiters. This is a note that I've seen counterfeited. It's really cool too because it looks almost just like him, but they get his nose wrong. It's like really big. I mean, his nose is already whatever size it is. We won't go into nose shaming, but you know, they actually have this other depiction of him, and his nose is just off, just off. So that is the overview for the 4th issue of Fractional Notes. A fun little series to collect. Leave your comments down in the box below. Thanks for watching. I've been the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.